Hi, 5th graders. Today we're going to go over how to do mixed fractions, how to convert improper fractions, and how to do algebra and how to combine like terms. So our first lesson is mixed fractions. We will be converting mixed fractions to improper fractions. And we'll be doing number 1 and number 6 together. Our number 1 says 5 and 1/3. To convert, we will follow these 4 steps. And the first step says multiply the denominator by the number. So our denominator here is 3 and our number is 5. So we will multiply these together to get 15. And I'll just write it down like this. And looking at number 2, it says add the product, which is 15 in this case, and we'll add it to the numerator. And the numerator is 1. So 15 plus 1 is 16. And looking at step number 3, it says the number will become the numerator. So 16 will become our numerator over here. And then looking at step 4, it says the denominator will stay the same, which means that from the original problem, 5 and 1/3, the denominator will be the same as improper fraction. And so our denominator of 5 and 1/3 is 3. So our denominator of the improper fraction will be 3 as well. And so our improper fraction of 5 and 1/3 is 16 over 3. And that will be our answer to number 1. And now let's look at number 6. So it says 2 and halves. And we'll follow the same steps. So we'll multiply the denominator by the number. So we'll multiply 2 by 2, which is 4. And then we'll add it to the numerator, which is 1. So it'll be 4 plus 1 is 5. Then 5 will become our numerator. And the denominator from the original is 2, so the denominator for improper will be 2 as well. So our improper fraction of 2 halves is 5 over 2. And that will be our answer to number 6. Now let's look at the second topic, which is improper fractions. And so we'll be converting improper fractions to mixed fractions. And we'll be doing number 1 and number 8 together. So looking at number 1, it says 6 over 4. And for this one, we'll follow these over here. So it says divide the numerator by the denominator. So we'll divide 6 by 4. So we'll put the 6 inside here and the 4 outside. And 4 goes into 6 one time, so we put the 1 over there. And we'll subtract these two to get 2. And now let's look over here. It says that the quotient becomes the number besides the fraction. And our quotient over here is 1. So this will become the number over here. And it says the remainder becomes the numerator of the mixed fraction. And the remainder was 2. So this will become our numerator over here. And I'll just place it over like this. And then it says the divisor becomes the denominator of the mixed fraction. This is called the divisor. And we'll place this as the denominator. 4. So it'll be like this. And make sure to keep this in mind that you have to simplify if possible. So looking at this, we can simplify 2 over 4 into halves. So it'll be 1 and half. So that'll be your mixed fraction for 6 over 4, and that'll be your answer to number 1 as well. And now let's look at number 8. Over here, 5 over 2, we will divide the numerator by the denominator. So divide 5 by 2. And 2 goes into 5 2 times, so we'll place the 2 over here and 4 over here. And 5 minus 4 is 1, and there it is. So the quotient will become the number besides the fraction. So 2 will become the number over here. And it says the remainder becomes the numerator, so 1 will become the numerator. And it says the divisor becomes the denominator, so 2 will become the denominator. And since there's nothing to simplify over here, this will be your final answer for 8. Our next topic we're going to go over is algebra. And we're going to be working with one variable, x, over here. And we'll be doing number 1 together here. And something to keep in mind is that if you do an operation on one side, you have to do the same operation on the other side. So let's look over here, and our purpose of these problems is finding what x is. So we will isolate the x value. We'll keep x value on one side. So to do that, we need to move the 3 to the other side. And to do that, we need to undo the operation. And to undo the operation is by doing the opposite side, which is plus, because it's minus 3. So we'll do plus 3. And as I already said, if you do operation on one side, you have to do the other side. So you have to add 3 to the other side like this. So we get 2x over here, and we know that negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so we just cross that out. And then we're going to do 15 plus 3, which is 18. And then to get x alone again, we will have to get rid of the 2. And we see that 2 is multiplied to x, so we have to do the opposite, so we'll divide by 2. So we'll divide by 2 over here, and if you do it on one side, you gotta do the other side. So I divide by 2 to the other side as well. So 2x divided by 2, we get x, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So our answer to number 1 is x equals 9. And that'll be your solution to number 1 over here. And make sure to follow this hint whenever you do the other problems as well. And our next topic is number 4, combining like terms. And we're going to do number 1 and number 5 together. So number 1, if you look over here, is as 2x plus x. And when combining like terms, you have to make sure that your variables are matching. And over here, we can see that x and x are matching together, so that's perfect. So we can combine like terms. And to do this, you just basically have to ignore the x, the variable, and just multiply the numbers itself. So we have 2 over here, and we have an imaginary 1 over here. So we add 2 plus 1, which we get 3, and then we have to put the variable right here. So 2x plus x equals 3x. And let's do number 5 over here. I'll show you another problem. And so for this one, we're going to be subtracting variables. We're going to be subtracting these two terms, and we see that x is matched, so we can do that. So we have over here x and minus 3. So just ignore the variables and do 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. So we'll place the 5 over here, and we'll put the term over here. So 8x minus 3x equals 5x. And these two are your answers to 1 and 5. And that's it for today.